Okay, so we finished our website, our home page, about page, videos page, and our contact page. Simple email link. Now what we're going to do is just look at the code real fast. Look at some of the code, review some of what we did. We worked mostly on the design side, but we can work on the code side. Once we get used to some of the codes, we can probably do that a little easier. I clicked on that email link and opened my mail server. Let's close that down. All right, there we go. Back to the index page. Let's look at some of the code. I'm going to click on my first image here. Let's go to the code side here. Well, before we get to the images, let's look at the top here. Remember, we have the document HTML. Defines the document, the HTML opening and closing tag all the way at the bottom. That defines it, says the HTML code. There's my head tag, which you see that's where some of the CSS styles can go. Where your title goes, some meta tags, metadata goes in that head tag. We also have the body tag. If I click on that body tag, there's an opening and closing body tag. Remember, all the visible portion of the website for the viewer is within that body tag. Let's go to design. Let's go to split view here. We put a background image in this website, and that way we did it the old school way. The background color or background images goes right inside the body tag. If we had any overall margins on the top right, left, etc., then that information would also go in that original body tag. In our next project, we'll make some CSS rules for the body tag, but this one they'll go right inside that tag. All right. Next, we had our H1 title here. And if I look on the code side, it gives you that H1 tag. We align that center. There's that center align tag there. There's our font tag that we put in manually that define the color and the font face. And I made mine italics. So if I look at the code for italics, it's EM, which means emphasis. So that changed that. The opening and closing tag of EM made that italics. As you see, all those changes only if you appear on the design side. They don't actually affect the text on the code side. All right. Next, we have our links. And there's a P for the paragraph tag. We aligned it center, so it says align center. Here's the different words that are linked. Home, and we see the code for the link is A, opening and closing tag A. And there's the A space href. That's referencing the actual what it's actually linked to, and it's linked to the index page or index.html. Same with the about. If I highlight the word about, we see that has an A href also, and it's referencing or linking to the about.html page. And same with the videos and the contact. Okay, there's my horizontal rule. The code for that is HR. It's not used so much anymore, but you could still use it, I guess. If we hit enter, if we just hit enter, it gives us that NBSP, non-breaking space. There's my H2 code, opening and closing. There's our font rule we added separately with a color. Change the font to Gil Sans. Okay, there's our regular paragraph text with the P tags. Every time you hit return, it gives you a new P tag, new paragraph. And I think that's about all we have. Also, we have the bold article first. We bolded that. And the old code for that is strong on either side. Okay. We also put those in block quotes. The opening and closing tag for that block quote is block quote. And we also have an external links. Use an example, White House. Link to the White House website. So that's the text that was linked. Once again, there's a opening and closing A tag, href. It's referencing that external website there. Good. Let's look at the videos page. Everything's pretty much the same. The only thing really new we put in here is a video So click on the video, go to the code side. We see it has an iframe code that we copied from YouTube. Let's go to the About page. Nothing really new there, except we did put an image in there that we floated. We didn't really talk about the image tag yet. So there's the image. So the image tag, image source, img space src, image source, and there's that pathway to my ronaldreagan.png. The images you usually use on the website would be a PNG, a JPEG, or a GIF or GIF. GIF, JPG, or PNG. Okay, so this image source is calling up through that pathway to that Reagan zombie.png. And if you notice, the image tag does not have a closing tag. It just has that one tag, and all the information is within that tag. So image source equals that Ronald Reagan image. I could put some alternate text there. We'll talk about that next project. And we do a width of, if I define the width and height, which I did, then that includes that in that tag. And remember, we gave some of those images an ID. If I click on my image here, I see I give it an ID, which we made our CSS rules for. Well, in the HTML code here, it lists the ID right within that image tag. So the ID is Gipper. That's what I called it. Once again, there is no closing tag. There's just that one opening tag with all the information inside it for my images. And let's look at one more image. Here's my top image, George Washington. If I look at the code side, there he is. There's that image tag. Image source equals, there's that pathway to the George Washington PNG. I define the width and height, and I could put some alternate text in there. Remember, that's just that one code, it doesn't have a closing tag. Remember, I made that image a link. So surrounding that image tag is that link tag, that A tag. There's an opening, closing, image href equals, and there's that image that it's linked to. Okay, good. And let me look at the contact page. About the only thing we did different here was this email code, email link. So let's go to the code side. There's my text that's linked. There's my href opening and closing tag that makes this a link, and it's linked to what? To my email address, zpatriots@gmail.com, and it says mail to, so that's what gives you that email link, mail to that email address. Okay, so that's some of the basic code in this old school